Welcome to the source. The source. Source.
Now it says the stream cannot be reviewed.
Hey, get the source.
What you got a while ago? I don't know. I think I might be live right now. Someone go with YouTube and look. YouTube's on some crazy shit today. I am live, right? No, are you sure? All right, cool. All right. So I can't do shit right now, but am I still live? Well, I can't see anything. I don't even know how I would do it. I guess I'll just try to talk, and I guess if they could hear me. All right, whatever. This is crazy. I can't see anything. So how am I supposed to, like, know what we're doing here? One second, guys. I don't know what YouTube's going through all kinds of shit right now. What the fuck? Man, YouTube sucks today. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. So I guess, all right, WNBA, I can't get a guest in here. It's supposed to be Chris, but I'll put his picks up on the screen. How about that? He likes Dallas. Plus, I can't run polls. Can't do anything with YouTube. The league is already posted. You had to get your picks in by 2 p.m. Eastern time. You can get in for tomorrow, but you'll have to start 0-1. A new one starts every Monday. But anyway, Chris likes Dallas team total under 77.5. He likes Collier over 10.5 rebounds, whoever the hell that is. So let's go on to the NBA game. This is crazy. I can't see shit. Trying to refresh it one more time. Wait. Am I in? It's loading. Let me see this. Did it run? I think it's working. There we go. All right. So it's just NBA, me by myself. Hopefully Toast is able to join. In fact, let me send him a link. See if that works. And YouTube is going to get a strongly worded email from me after this. All right. So Monday, NBA, MLB. There you go. Santos the invite. All right. Celtics, Mavs. I'm on the Celtics. Here, I bet Boston minus 6.5. And this is simple here. I still don't think we've seen the Celtics' best offensive game yet. We were talking about this in Game 3 when I took Dallas, which obviously lost 106-99. The Celtics won that one in Dallas. And what I said in that game was, Dallas, there's a ton of regression. in a positive way for Dallas offensively. But I also mentioned how the Celtics hadn't shot the ball particularly well either. And we're still in that position. Obviously, we know what happened last game, right? Boston pretty much didn't give a shit. I mean, let's call it what it is. I'm not usually the type of person that says things like that, like, oh, they didn't care, because usually people say that like when they did care. But I think in this particular instance, that might have been true, that Boston truly wanted to win this one in Boston, or just didn't come out with the most motivated effort, because they got the shit beat out of them. They shot 34.1% from three, and that's what I'm looking at here is the outside shooting numbers from Boston. We still haven't seen it. We still haven't seen like one of those typical Celtics 47% from three type of nights. And back home, after they got their asses beat in Dallas, I think we're about to see it. So I would go Celtics. Well, no, I would go. I did go. I bet the Celtics. If I'm being honest, like I said, don't have a ton of interest in these NBA finals. Not like, oh, the NBA sucks or anything like that. It's just it's not really a ton of betting value in these games. I mean, we're talking about 4 or 5 games over the course of a week and a half, 2 weeks. That's 1/3 of a single MLB slate. So as far as making money, I obviously prefer to focus on the sport where there's just a lot more opportunities right now. If I had to put a second bet down, it would be right here. Boston team total over 108.5 if my math is correct. I'll look up to see exactly where it's at, but it should be somewhere in there. Boston team total over. The heck's team total? There it is. 108.5. Yep, minus 110. So would be my secondary bet, is the Celtics offense to go off here. That's what I think we'll see tonight. I bet Boston. We'll see. As far as the poll, you guys are on Dallas, though, but not overwhelmingly. We're pretty split. 50% to 41% Dallas. So you guys leaning towards the Mavs. All right, let's go to baseball. We'll get Toast on and talk about some ball here. Talk about some seam. Did I send him the invite? I told him 4:15, so that was 2 minutes ago. Let's see. He might have joined the Prop Beaver invite. Man, today is just a nightmare. Someone said, what seam? Toast, I know that can't be you in my ear because I hear dogs barking. And you made it very clear that your dogs don't bark. All right, let's talk seam.
Sorry, I was on the Beaver link.
Yeah, that's why I figured. Dude, YouTube Studios having all kinds of problems right now. Like, even right now, I don't even know if it's going to let me run these polls. But I'll try to get the polls running as we're going, but YouTube Studio is having all kinds of problems right now. And I was looking on Twitter. It seems like a lot of people are having the same issues. YouTube's going through something. So I don't know if we're going to have polls in this one, guys. But first game, Reds, Pirates. And are you taking the Reds with all those guys in the Discord? I know everyone in the Discord's taking the Reds.
Yeah, I sent the Reds out last night on the money line at plus 170.
Price is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's essentially, it is what it is. Is Paul Skeens a better pitcher? Yes. Do the Pirates have the advantage in the first 5? 100%. This is not me trying to make any case that Paul Skeens is bad, or I think that the Reds are going to hit him up or anything of that nature or anything like that. But my point is you have a Pirates team that shouldn't be a minus 200 favorite against any AAA team, let alone a major league team. Not to mention they're coming back across the country from Coors with no days off against a Reds team that I just think they played that Brewers team very, very close over the last couple of games. I know they only won one of those games, but those games were very, very close all the way throughout. So if you're going to give me this Reds team at plus 170, like I said, I'm going to take it. It was a really easy decision for me.
I get it. I completely get playing the Reds at that price, but Skeens is the man, and he very well may shut this Reds lineup down. So the way I did it was right here. Pirates team total under. Got a 4.5. I don't care who's pitching for the Reds. I don't care if it is a man named Spears. But like those said, you got the Pirates flying, traveling here. Skeens is the man, and I don't want to fade him, but there's no way. I think the Pirates are going to score 5 runs in this game. This is a bad lineup. So I completely understand where you're coming from. Taking the Reds at plus 165, plus 170, I get it. But I felt more comfortable going here because if you remember, last time Skeens pitched was the Cardinals game, and I was considering Cardinals money line, or I might even bet it. I can't really remember, but it's not like we were wrong. Score was 0-0. But like it's like we didn't have it wrong. It's just Pirates won in extra innings. So Skeens can deal, and the Reds could still win, but I feel betting this way protects me against a 2-1 Pirates win. So going with the Pirates team total under. Next up, Cardinals, Marlins. This is a very tough one. I wanted to take Cardinals minus 1.5 so bad. But how could you play Sonny Gray on the road right now?
I have no idea.
But I mean, the total's at 7. So it's not like they think Sonny Gray is going to get lit up here. The market doesn't think that.
Yeah. Miami first 5 team total over 1.5 plus 130. Sonny Gray's been dog crap on the road. 4 of his 5 starts, he's given up 4 runs or more. I understand that the 3 of them were Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and the Angels, but the Angels put up 5 against them, and the Angels can't hit a right-handed pitching to save their life. So I understand Philadelphia and Milwaukee are much better teams than Miami. I'm well aware of that, but Miami scored 3 runs in the last couple of days. They've had many chances to score more. Trust me, I know. I've bet them a couple of games. I just think that if you're going to give me plus 130 for them to score true runs, I mean, just one guy, a bloop and a blast, and that's all I need. So if the Cardinals win and all that stuff, so be it. I don't want to deal with Braxton Garrett. He's been absolutely terrible. But to be dead honest with you guys, the fact that this number's at this over-unders at 7 tells me that I would lean the Marlins as well. I think that this is going to be a closer game than people make it out to be. But regardless, my bet that I did make was Miami first 5 team total over 1.5 at plus 130.
I get it. I think I'm putting this out because this is really what I wanted to. I saw it at like plus 112, plus 115. I wanted to get here. Cardinals minus 1.5. They're just so much better than the Marlins. I'm not a Braxton Garrett guy either. I think the Cardinals will get to him. It's just Sonny.
I was going to say, to your point, the Miami Puck and Bender, the 2 of their top 3 arms, aren't going to be probably not available. So in the back end of this game, pretty decent size. You're not going to have Helsley for St. Louis, but everybody else should be fine.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I wanted to, and I'm sorry about the polls. YouTube Studio's just not loading for me. Nothing I could do. I don't know. They're having all kinds of problems over there. But all right, next game. Padres, Phillies. I mean, I know it's the Padres. I'm not gonna bet them. But Phillies team total. This game's at 9.5. Phillies heavily favored. Phillies team totals at 5.5. You can get a Phillies team total under 5.5 at like minus 128 or something like that. How many times have the Phillies scored 6 runs in the last few weeks? Not often. Phillies haven't been hitting like that. So that's where I wanted to go, was a Phillies team total under. I didn't actually pull the trigger on it because it's
Phillies have scored 6 runs or more twice in their last 10.
Yeah.
So, For me, Padres first 5 team total over 1.5, minus 130, minus 135, whatever. Again, this isn't me betting on the Padres as a Padres fan. This is me looking at this game with a high total in Citizens Bank Park with absolutely fantastic hitting conditions. You're looking at 80 to 85 degrees with winds 10 to 12 mile an hour winds blowing out. I understand the Padres versus the lefty isn't great and Sanchez is really good, but this is going to be like the 5th lefty starter that the Padres have seen in their last 6 games or something like that. So to get 2 runs here, I just think that that's not very much to ask. So I also think that minus 130 kind of says what they think about that as well. So that's how I played it. I understand the world's going to be on the Phillies. I just wanted to figure out a way to bet this game without being on that. And I don't like the over either. So I just did this way.
So it's Padres first 5 team total over 1.5.
Yep.
Okay. I'll put up this because this is where I wanted to be, but I didn't actually bet this. Phillies team total under 5.5. It's a super high total for a team that is just not scoring runs like that. I know that they have one of the best, I believe the second best record in MLB, but if you actually look at their games, they're not scoring runs like that. I mean, here are the Phillies last 15 games. Ready? 3 runs, 2 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs. I mean, again, they need 6. Here's a 6. So 5 games ago, they scored 6. Before that, 4, 5, 7. There's another one. 2, 2, 3, 4, 6. I mean, this team is just not scoring 6+ runs very often. So
also,
that's how I would.
You add on the fact, and this isn't like I love the Phillies, so people don't take this as me hating on Trey Turner, but this is Trey Turner's first game back. Like if he goes out and has 3 or 4 hits or 2 hits or whatever, like so be it. But the chances of him going like 0 for 4 are probably pretty high. And then why I don't want to play the over too is the bottom of that Phillies lineup is still Dahl and Marchand. Marchand's their 3rd catcher. He's their AAA catcher. So again, it's just really hard for me to see that. I understand it looks like on paper a whole bunch of runs are coming, but I don't know if we see that today.
Yeah,
I'm probably way off, but we'll see.
No, I agree. I won't bet the Padres though. Next up,
I'll probably win.
Boston versus Toronto. You went Toronto, right?
2 ways, yeah.
Yeah, how do you not? I'm on the Blue Jays too. All right, let me put the picks up. For me, it's pretty simple. I would imagine Toast is going to say something similar to this. I mean, just look at the spot. I mean, you probably know what I'm even about to say. You got the Red Sox coming off Sunday Night Baseball where they beat the Yankees. They've beaten the Yankees twice in a row. 2 of the biggest wins of the season for Boston. Then they immediately fly out to Toronto, who's actually hitting the ball and didn't have to travel. Toronto scored 12 runs in their last 2 games. This is just such a Toronto spot from all angles. They've also got Kikuchi pitching at home, where, as we know, dating back multiple years now, Kikuchi can be relied on at home. Boston's been hitting righties better than lefties. So it's just overall terrible spot for Boston. In fact, like this would be nice to grab like a 7-0 Toronto win and then hit Boston hard as hell tomorrow. But yeah, I'm on Toronto tonight.
Yeah, same thing. Toronto first 5 money line, Toronto money line. I did play them both. Just to extend the spot for Boston, keep in mind they played the Phillies before the Yankees. So they got Phillies, Yankees, Sunday Night Baseball, travel, no rest, playing a red hot Toronto Blue Jays team with a Kikuchi that absolutely got slaughtered by this Boston team twice last year. I just think that he's a completely different pitcher this year. I actually trust Kikuchi at times this year. And then we're going to have everybody available in the the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen. I know some of them worked yesterday, but they're all available today. And then on the other side, Nick Pivetta for Boston, he's been really good for them this year. I will give him that. But at the same time, I just hate the spot in general for the team. And he also doesn't have great history against the Blue Jays. Throw on the cherry on top that Boston's like a public dog today. Like, yeah, give me Toronto all day. The only reason I didn't bet this last night is I wanted to see the line, and it moved 5 cents in the wrong direction. So I'm more than happy to take Toronto minus 130 instead of minus 120.
What was the price on the first 5?
120, 125.
Okay, that's not bad. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to do a community parlay today because I can't do the polls. Next up, Detroit, Atlanta. Tigers, Braves. If the Braves are back, Reese Olson looks like shit his last start. I last couple starts. There's just no way. There's no way. So this is it's a straight pass for me. Ooh, polls are up.
No, I just realized I didn't put Braves on my VIP. I accidentally skipped it. Yeah, so I got to add that. I'm going to write that down. Hold on, I'm going to forget. Add Braves. Okay, Braves -1.5 for me. Absolutely love this spot for the Braves. First of all, we're getting the Braves who scored 6 runs yesterday and lost, and now they got Max Fried on the mound after 2 subpar starts on the road against Boston and Baltimore. I think Max Fried throws a gem here today. Detroit, I understand that they scored some runs in Houston on Saturday night, but when they've played anybody a starter that's pretty good, they really struggle scoring runs. And Reese Olson, on the other hand, I mean, the regression monster has eaten him alive over his last 3 starts, not to mention the fact that Atlanta faced him last year and they put up 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings on him. I understand that Atlanta's not going to have Iglesias today, or if they do, let him go out there again, so be it. But I just think that this is a Braves smash spot for me. So I played Braves -1.5. They should win this game pretty easily if Max Fried, unless Max Fried completely blows up. Braves should win this game pretty damn easily. And you don't hear me say that very often, so that's how much I like the Braves today.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'll put up Braves -1.5 for me too, because if I was betting this game, that's where I would go. But I didn't bet this. Braves are passed. Next game. Mets. How do you fade the hottest team in baseball? Let me ask you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hottest team in ball?
Yeah.
That being said, I kind of think it's a Ranger spot. I didn't.
I was gonna say, there's no way in hell you bet the Mets there. There's no way.
No, I kind of think the Rangers win this one. I'm not putting Rangers up though. I'm putting Mets up because the Mets are hot. It's plus money. If you put a gun to my head and force me to bet this game, I probably would just take the Mets because they continue to win. That being said, tough one here. They immediately fly all the way down to Arlington. They've been hitting lefties a lot better than righties. They've actually historically crushed John Gray. We were just talking about that before, that the Mets, for some reason, John Gray's made like 7 career starts against the Mets, and they've just like destroyed him. That being said, I don't trust Peterson to make a road start in Texas. I don't care how cold the Rangers bats are. I don't trust Peterson at all. So I think this is a Ranger spot, but I would only bet the Mets here because of, we're talking, 8-2 in the last 10, 9-2 in the last 11, something like that. One of the hotter teams in baseball right now.
I passed. This is like one of the only games I didn't bet. It feels like a Rangers spot to me. I feel the same way as you, but there's just no way in hell I could bet the Rangers. I'm definitely not laying juice with them, but it does feel like the books are more than comfortable to give out the Mets at plus money. So again, I lean Rangers. I'm not betting it. I've lost like 2 straight days with the Rangers. Screw that team.
I lost yesterday with the Rangers also. And yes, someone in the comments, the Mets are undefeated. The post-Grimace Mets are undefeated. 5-0 since Grimace.
I was waiting to see how long that took to get to this show.
Post-Grimace Mets are one of the better teams in baseball. Pre-Grimace Mets, not so much.
Yeah.
Cubs.
Did you bet the Giants in this?
No, Cubs.
Oh, okay. I thought it's
because
a
Cubs spot.
What you use? Bet it on Caesars or Bet MGM? I saw Rangers first. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm on the Cubs here. Let me pull up my spreadsheet. I'll tell you why. 1 second.
I bet the Cubs last night and I lost value, so I'm a little bit worried. But whatever.
Why? What was it last night?
-120.
I don't think that's that weird. Hicks has been better than Assad.
Yeah.
But after
I just assumed it was going the other way, I guess.
After the Hicks versus Assad, you got the starting pitching advantage, obviously. No, even though if you rewind like a month and a half, Assad was dealing. But
I was gonna say,
but he hasn't been pitching well lately.
He had 1 bad start in Cincinnati. He had 1 bad start in St. Louis. I guess the Atlanta start wasn't great. I don't know. Yeah, I guess he hasn't been as dominant, but at the same time, great American.
I have to go back to May 15th to find his last good start.
What's wrong with 5 1/3 against Cincinnati? 2 runs.
8 base runners in 5 1/3 innings that's like a 165 whip.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
But yeah, so I'm on the Cubs here. But like I said, Assad is definitely, I think Jordan Hicks is better than Assad. But after that, everything points to the Cubs here. The Giants bullpen is really taxed. Let me go pull that up, actually, so I can read you exactly how taxed it is. This YouTube thing really threw off my game. I restarted my computer just in case it wasn't me, so all my notes I had open are closed. So that's why I'm like kind of fumbling around.
I'm
all
so
right.
used to like where the tabs are, so they're
right.
not there.
Well, usually when I start the stream, I have everything in its perfect place. But in this one, I had to restart everything, so we went live, and I was like, shit, I don't have anything. All right, so Duvall, 29 pitches yesterday. Tyler Rogers, he's good to go. He only threw, but he did throw 16 pitches yesterday. Taylor Rogers, 2 of the last 3 days, 24 pitches yesterday. Ryan Walker, 2 days in a row. Eric Miller, 2 of the last 3 days. So the Giants bullpen really taxed right now. Cubs bullpen hasn't been good, but they're all rested. Also, you got, one second. You got the Cubs at home, didn't have to travel. Giants flew in from L.A., so travel advantage goes to the Cubs as well. Cubs bats coming off a really ugly game against St. Louis, where the Cardinals gave them every opportunity to win that game, and they didn't take it. So I like the Cubs to bounce back and get at least 2-3 runs off Hicks. That's all we're going to need here. Cubs win, let's say, 7-3.
I'll take it. I hope so. I hope it's that easy.
Well, the total's all the way up at 10, so they're expecting runs.
Yeah, I know. I think it's. Let me see what the weather's like there. Is it crazy bad? Let's see. Or I would say crazy good. Wrigley, 28% wind. All right, yeah, good weather. Either way, but yeah, I'm on the Cubs as well. Really can't really add anything to what Kyle said. The Giants has looked like crap for a week now. I got my money with that team and I got out, and I'm not really going back to them. I understand they put up a ton of runs against a bullpen day, essentially, for the Angels, whose bullpen is really bad. But now the Giants, like Sauce says, have to fly all the way to Chicago to play a Cubs team that didn't have to travel, that laid an egg on Sunday. And honestly, I don't even feel like Assad has pitched terrible. I understand the FIP and stuff like that isn't great, but he's been getting through games, and I will take that. And with Jordan Hicks, I mean, you're literally getting 4, maybe 5 innings, and then you're going to get multiple shots at that Giants bullpen. So I think the Cubs could put on a couple runs late in this game too. So yeah, I just felt like this price was way too cheap.
And every single time I've been refreshing the page trying to get the polls going, and it's just not. If you search on Twitter, YouTube Studio, you'll see everyone tweeting out, YouTube Studio, what the fuck? Like, so something's going on with YouTube Studio right now, which is why I can't get the polls on the screen. Sorry about that. So we're both on the Cubs. Next game. I didn't touch this to the 10-foot pole. I don't want anything to do with it. I think Paxton might get crushed.
Yeah, I played the Rockies last night, and I got a whole bunch of value on it. So Rockies money line for me. When I got it, it was plus 160. It's plus 140 now. Couple things in here, couple things in play here for me. First and foremost, I love playing the Rockies the first game of the series, like we have today, where the other team, aka the Dodgers, Rockies first game of the series when they've already played at Coors, so they just played a series against the Pirates, and now they wait and come and play a series here against the Dodgers. The Dodgers didn't play in Coors yesterday. They had to travel without any rest to come up here, so that's a spot that I really like just in general. And the Rockies are, like I said, used to being in Coors right now. Now, as far as the actual baseball game is concerned, like the Rockies have a huge starting pitching advantage. Cal Quantrill continues to pitch great throughout this whole year, while James Paxton has been lucky at times. He's been rocked at times, and he's looked decent at a couple times, and usually the times that he pitches well, he gets pretty damn lucky. So not to mention the Dodgers aren't hitting at all. Yesterday they won a game 3-0 because Ohtani hit 2 bombs. Now Mookie Betts is out of the lineup along with Muncy and others. Sure, they're still better than the Rockies, but in this spot I think the Rockies are a very live dog. I was going to play the first 5 money line as well, but it's all the way down to plus 100, so I'm just going to keep my plus 160 on the money line and see where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue with it. I would go here, though. Just over 12, because I think the Rockies might score 5 or 6 at least in this one. I don't have faith in Cal Quantrill pitching against the Dodgers, even though they just arrived at Coors Field. I still don't trust them. So it would be over. I'm not betting this, though, at all. Not even close. This is probably one of my least favorite games on the board today. So, next game. Brewers Angels. I didn't place a bet on this game, but I used a pick from this game in the league. I had this as one of my league picks today against Helms. I drew Helms today. Boom. Angels first 5 money line. I know it's expensive, but there's a reason for it. First of all, the Brewers don't hit as well away from, keep saying Miller Park, away from home. I forget what the new stadium's called.
It's always Miller Park for me too. So,
but it hasn't been in a few years now.
I don't care.
So the Brewers don't hit as well away from Miller. They're one of the best home lineups in baseball this year, but not so much on the road. Not to mention the Brewers as a whole, the offensive production has been down. If you look at the last 2 weeks or so, it's not what it was a month ago. Not saying they're a bad lineup. I'm not saying they've been shit. I'm just saying if you were whining about a month ago, this lineup was producing consistently. It's not really the case anymore. So flying out to L.A. for the first game of this series, I don't like them to get to Soriano at all. Soriano, I think, is very good. Throws triple digits, 100+. We saw him have one bad inning against Seattle, and I feel like that inning just has skewed everyone's vision of this guy. He's been pretty dominant for most of this season. I expect him to deal here against the Brewers. And the Angels' bats, not nearly as bad as you think or we thought they were. They've actually been okay. So give me 1 run here off of Carlos Rodriguez Angels. We got the serious starting and pitching advantage at home.
Oh, you're getting more than 1 run. I promise you that.
Okay.
Angels money line for me at -105. Yeah, so first and foremost, I saw that -130 because I was going to go Angels first 5 run line. I saw -130. And then just for me, it's just like kind of a gut play. I saw the 130. I already was trying to play the Angels. I understand they look like crap on Sunday against the Giants, but the previous 2 games before that, they looked decent. They looked decent in Arizona at times. They were scoring. Again, the last game of the series, they got absolutely crushed. But the previous 2 games before that, they scored some runs and they were in those games. I mean, they scored 9 runs against Houston. They put up an 8 spot in Arizona. They put an 8 spot in San Francisco. I mean, this team is scoring runs, and now it's a little bit all or nothing. But you have Milwaukee coming off a pretty tough 10-game stretch where they played part of it was the Phillies. Sorry, Jesus Christ, Phillies, Tigers, Blue Jays, and Reds. And now they got to travel and play like this no-name LA Angels team. Like, I just absolutely hate the spot for the Brewers, and I love the spot for the Angels. So I think there's a pretty sizable starting pitching advantage. And I think the Angels probably put up a few runs here tonight. So I'm more than confident on the Angels.
All right. Yeah, we agree there. Our polls on the Brewers, though, 51%, 41%. So community leaning towards the Brew Crew there. And that's right. I said our poll. I've been refreshing the page every 10 seconds or so. And it looks like the poll might be working. I don't want to jinx it, though. Next up, Texas, Seattle. This is yesterday. Oh, that was the last game. That was the last game, guys. All right, so real quick, now that we have the poll, I kind of want to see what you guys think about the NBA game. Because obviously I'd like to get... Oh, no, we had a poll for that. You guys are like the Mavs. Okay. My bad. In that case, let's do a community parlay, and we'll include the NBA game. You guys like the Mavericks? Man, YouTube, what the hell is going on today? Not to mention, I'm so drowsy. Freaking... I don't drink very often, so yesterday really threw off my my routine. All right, cast your votes. Let's see if this poll works. There we go. Oh, they want the track. Okay, here we go.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay, yeah.
There we go. Someone goes, Mavs obviously win. Not sure why anyone's on Boston tonight when every single person on either team benefits from more money, more airtime. Bro, have you not been watching the playoffs? I'm baffled by some of the IQs you see out here, man. Don't say that in public, man.
I opened up the Discord and everybody was like, people were getting pissed about some comments that one of the Celtics made. I was like, awesome. He said like if we lose, it's not the end of the world or something. And they're
He
like,
goes,
this is ridiculous.
Someone says he might be right. It's about money now. Dude, we just saw almost 2 sweeps in the conference finals. Both sides of conference finals was 9 total games. What the hell? Not to mention, historically, the data is pretty clear. If a team's up 3-0, the team with 3 wins wins more so, like the majority of the time. Same at 3-1. The team with 3 wins usually closes out the series. So data pretty clearly shows that what you just said is a bunch of bullshit. Yo, people will just believe like the craziest shit.
Oh, trust me, I know.
So Mavericks money line and Phillies money line, both getting a lot of votes.
You want to do a cross sport parlay?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Mavs and Phillies.
Oh, Mavs are plus 220 on the money.
I know. The community likes them. Mavs and Phillies. All right, after that we got Blue Jays money line, Braves money line.
Blue Jays money line just dropped too. What the fuck?
Yeah, I saw that.
How did I get the worst possible number that was only up for like 2 hours? God damn it.
Someone said Kyle Golf. We do golf videos on Wednesday night, but that's Thomas shot. He knows the routine, so he must be. I must be missing what you're asking me. What golf are you looking for?
Maybe he's just reminding you.
Is there a live tournament? Maybe
collapse yesterday.
What? No, Thomas shot's not like that, bro.
I don't know. I was just asking. I don't even know what happened yesterday. I just saw people complaining.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it was our first loss on a golf bet in a month.
I wasn't meaning it in a bad way. I'm sorry. I should have.
Travelers Cup, but that still should be Thursday though. The only thing I can think of is maybe there's a live tournament starting, but I don't bet the live. Someone said we should try throwing in some of your guys' picks into the community parlay. Well, that's up to the community. If you guys want to vote for some of our, that's up to you guys.
That kind of defeats the purpose of the community.
Well, yeah, if you guys want to vote for some of the. All right, Braves money line is in. So it's Mavericks money line, Phillies money line, Braves money line. And then let's put all the remaining games in. So they like the Mets. A lot of people voted for the Blue Jays, so we'll give the Blue Jays another chance. Giants, Cubs. No one voted for the Cubs. Dodgers, Rockies. Did I put Dodgers? I did put Dodgers. We'll put Dodgers back in. And Brewers. All right, so cast your votes for the last leg of the community parlay. Man, I am so drowsy today. I can like feel it. Someone says talking conspiracy theories. I mean,
did you wake up early? Oh, go ahead.
No. I mean, I just drank a lot yesterday, like day drinking. But for a lot of that stuff, that's like a very common one is, the NBA wants to prolong the series because of revenue. But all that data is public. You could go and look and be like, teams that are up 3-0 close the series out over 62% of the time, which defeat will be like, oh, no, actually, when a team's up 3-0, they usually sweep. And when a team's up 3-1, they usually end the series. So it like completely disproves that. Also,
I have a question, and you might not know this, but like if I'm advertising for the NBA Finals, am I paying per game or I'm paying for the series, right? Like so.
Yeah, but there's definitely stipulations on how much airtime you get, and there's definitely. I just don't know more if adding money.
An extra. I don't know if another game really makes them that much more money. Like
I'm sure
you're gonna make more money, yes, because there's another game. But is it really that significant? I don't know.
Yeah, I think they would make more money. It's just the idea. Right. There's data that shows the team up with 3 wins usually closes that out. And like another big one is the NBA pushes it for 7 games. Man, there is no more definitive like a team up 3-2 wins. It's like over 65%. So like at game 7 when a team's up 3-2, very rare. They usually win. But you'll hear people just comment that. Be like, oh, NBA always forces the game 7. It's what? People just like talk without. I was always like astounded by that people will just talk without. Man, if I say something on the internet and I'm wrong, I feel like an idiot. I'm so sorry. Like, people just are completely cool with that. It's like a younger generation thing where they'll post something, not check, not care. It's just crazy to me.
Yep. This team's trash. They'll never win again.
Ban list.
Ban list.
When you see people putting a team on a ban list, that's when you start betting them.
Okay.
Ban list. They lost the baseball game. Banned. So what's the odds on this?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got it.
No, I just gotta add the Blue Jays.
Oh, Blue Jays money line then.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, plus 1,200, 1,220. Yeah, 1,220.
Plus 1,220. Mavericks money line, Phillies money line, Braves money line, Blue Jays money line, plus 1,220. That's a hell of a community parlay.
Hell yeah.
Someone said new rule, no ban list. He's banning the ban list. No, but the idea is behind that. People, you'll see that all the time. And I mean, friends of ours, I'm not saying like only idiots say that. Everyone says stuff like that. Like, oh, they're banned. But like when they have a really, really pitiful series, and which leads you to their banned mindset, that means everyone else has made it to that mindset, and you're going to start getting a good price on that team is what it means. So a lot of times when everyone's putting a team on a banned list is probably when you should start betting them. That's why speaking in generalities.
That's why, like, in general, I like to say if a team looks like crap at home and loses 5 out of 6 games, I love playing them that first game of the road trip. Like, that's one of my favorite spots in baseball.
And someone just perfect example, don't fade me, says, Kyle, remember when you put Seattle Storm on a ban list and went on a run? Exactly. But I mean, I was doing it jokingly, but that's a perfect example. I'm on the show like, Storm, never again. You lost 2 games in a row. You lost me money. They went like 9-1 against the spread in their 10 games after that. All right, everyone, have a good day. Sorry for the YouTube issues. Sorry that I'm not my normal self. I am exhausted right now. But let's have ourselves a nice little Monday night here. All the league schedule is posted. I play Helms tonight. Pretty fired up about it. Yeah, so we got a new league. Oh, congrats to Frenchie, who won last week. So we're Frenchie, if you're watching, we're sending you this out. I'm going to send Andy to the post office. So you'll get it in the mail. For those of you that didn't see it, I think this is sweet. So yeah, everyone have a good night. Remember to bet responsibly. See you tomorrow, same time, with functioning YouTube and me with a little more energy. How about that? Later, guys.
Have a good night. Say good.